When you see this, you should know that it represents Artcite. Here we are, 109 University Avenue West. We're just going to pop in here to the gallery. Oh, man. There's a show that is basically going up right now. You can see the construction equipment. A photography exhibit. Actually, if you get a real close look at some of this stuff, there's a bit of etching happening on this like plastic covering of some of these photographs. I'm going to sneak around the corner and see Jodi Boatman. You are from, well, it says you're from Ohio now. Mm-hmm. You just told me you were from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm from central Pennsylvania, but I've lived in Detroit,
Come on.
St. Louis.
Okay.
Now I live in Grandview, Ohio, which is a suburb of Columbus.
Right. All right, well, you got a show here, and it's really interesting. It's always best when the artist describes what the artwork represents and what it is. So why don't you do that?
Well, I've been working on this work for about 10 years, and it's essentially about my relationship with my grandmother and places that remind me of her. So, images with a lot of like wallpaper and texture and patina.
Ah, okay, so that makes sense to me. Like some of these, well, like this in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, these things. I'm like, what? How does that remind her? Because I know it had something to do with your grandmother, so that's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it's all places that remind me of her, and she died in 2001, so I don't have access to her home anymore, but I've found a lot of places that are similar throughout the years, and so I've been making photographs in those places. And with the pieces with the etched stuff on them,
Yeah.
they're floral.
This one.
Yes. I found a website many years back that had this description of what flowers mean when you're given them, when you're getting married.
Yes.
And since a lot of my work about my grandmother is about her relationship with men and my grandfather, I thought these were really interesting because they have terrible meanings. There's one on the other wall that's a monk's hood, and it means beware, a deadly foe is near.
I want to go look at that.
Yeah.
But a lot of these images, and just to quickly kind of scan, like this is an amazing image, which is in the header of this blog. Really kind of incredible. But you're the subject here.
Yes.
You are. I don't know. What are you trying to do with that? As we look at that monk's hood, tell me exactly what you're trying to. Because there's this thing now where people are trying to recreate, childhood photos, right, as adults. And I thought you maybe were taking images from photos you've seen of your grandmother and just trying to recreate them with yourself. Because even the clothing style, the hair, the shoes, it looks like there's a lot of attention to detail. So you said that is not what you did. You were kind of creating images based on memories or concepts of your grandmother.
Yeah. I think one thing that is very interesting about her is, the life that she had. She was a GI bride. She came here right after World War II.
Yeah.
And she, moved from this beautiful coastal town in England to central Pennsylvania in the middle of nowhere, super rural.
Yeah.
And had a ton of kids and didn't, she lived in poverty. And I like the idea of recreating these scenarios that maybe she wasn't willing to talk about because they were either painful or just poignant moments for her.
Yep.
And so I'm sort of assuming that role rather than making a photograph of something that was never photographed.
Right.
Something that I imagine her having felt or done. So that's sort of where a lot of these pictures are coming from. And I'm trying to pick different eras in her life.
Nice.
As I get older, or, sort of keeping up with what I think her life would have been like. It's somewhat difficult for me because I don't have tons of kids and whatever, but
yeah, no.
But I still really enjoyed like setting up these scenarios. I almost always am going back to where she lived to make this stuff happen as well. So I'm going like to her place to do the photographs.
Is this a finished product then? So is this something that? But I mean, are you going to keep doing this?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
So are you just going? Are you eventually going to be kind of doing updated shows?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be an ongoing project for a long time because the more I think about these, the more I do them, the more like scenarios I come up with. What we were just talking about. I want to do one, and it's the only one I want to take from a photograph I have and it's when she got her driver's license for the first time. And it's just a super, super cute, poignant picture of like her being so proud with this driver's license and this old car, and she's really like tan and like buff. I don't know what she was doing this summer, but like she looks really kick-ass. So I love that picture of her, and I would love to be able to try to make that work. I just need to find an old car.
Anyone watching this?
Kids.
Well, this is a show again. You'll be here for the opening, which is
Friday night.
Friday night.
At
Today is
7:30.
Thursday as I shoot this, so Friday night at 7:30. If you want to come and meet Jodi, you can come to Artcite, 109 University Avenue West. And yeah, the show's going to be up for a month, so if you don't make it to the opening and you don't get to talk to the artist, you have a sense of what this stuff means. Come and check it out. Thank you. Thanks, Artcite.